Echoes of Betrayal by Japi Mazwi. Chapter 1. Pregnant with Madness, the 18th of April 2009. I sit in the back seat of a police car, its interior silent but for the hum of the road, carrying me to Bournemouth police station. My thoughts spiral. Where is my life going? Running from the police was never a wise move. It doesn't take a genius to know that. But 30 weeks pregnant, sprinting like a heptathlete in full flight. What kind of woman does that? The short woman with puppy eyes turns me into Jessica Ennis on the run. Am I carrying a human child or something? Who can say what happened that night by the Limpopo River? I was unconscious when it happened. But I remember the hyena. Yes, a hyena guarding its cubs, and etched across its back, graffiti in the shape of male genitals. Could it have? Madness. They lock me in a holding cell. A female officer tells me I can request to be handled only by women. She also mentions a psychiatrist will see me soon. The word lands like a stone in my gut. My head rings with alarms. I had sought a witch doctor, desperate to avoid psychiatry's cold gaze, but his strange concoction has brought me right in the hands of a psychiatrist. Just days ago, my uncle said my mother was finally discharged from hospital. But she remains in a vegetative state. I wish she could be here to speak, to stand, to tell them I am not insane. Before I can finish sinking into that sorrow, the door creaks open. The police lead me into a sterile room to meet the psychiatrist. He is short, perhaps 5'5", with a scalp as smooth as marble, save for a fragile line of hair curling like a lone street tree, hugging both sides of his head and meeting at the back. He's flattened the strands over the baldness, like a man holding on to memory. That hair distracts me, intimidates me. Is it a trick? A magician's misdirection, so patients won't notice the way his questions dig for reasons to lock them away. He's not alone. A male GP and a female social worker, both white, flank him like a jury. His first question cuts through the silence. What happened before the police brought you in? I tell him everything. The truth. The whole of it. Nothing less. When I'm done, the three of them leave, murmuring behind closed doors. A policewoman stays behind, her presence a reminder that I am not free. Then he returns, calm, almost gentle. We're admitting you to a psychiatric hospital for further assessment. His words land like thunder in a cloudless sky. There's nothing wrong with me, I say. From what you've told us, he replies, we believe further assessment is necessary. What did I say that makes you think I need that? You spoke of seeing someone no one else can see, he says, voice smooth. What? And the ashes. You mentioned smearing ash in the forest. We do that all the time where I come from. He pauses, offering a forked path. You can come voluntarily or under the Mental Health Act. What? My voice rises with disbelief. He explains with rehearsed politeness. The law allows us to admit and detain someone in a psychiatric facility if necessary. Against my will? Pretty much. What if I refuse? Will you use the police to frog march a pregnant woman into a psychiatric ward? Would you really do that? Only as a last resort, he says. You can still choose to come voluntarily. It's your decision. My choice. My voice sharpens, bitter. Choice means freedom. Real choice means deciding between good and bad, not between two evils dressed up as kindness. He tries to speak again. Let me finish. I cut him off. Here is my choice. Let me go home. Now. But he remains composed. Will you go in formally or informally? The fan overhead blows softly, and that ridiculous tree line of hair begins to tremble, like it too is nervous. It mesmerizes me and unnerves me. I feel trapped. "How long would I have to stay in the hospital?" I ask. The social worker speaks for the first time, her pen moving furiously even as she answers. "It depends on the assessment." "You mean it could be a day or 10 years?" Dr. Whitehead repeats her words. "It depends on the outcome." His hairline dances again, a silent chorus to his certainty. He believes I'm insane, truly, deeply, unequivocally. Is he right? He should come to Zimbabwe if he wants to understand madness. There, insanity doesn't sit politely in police stations. It walks the streets naked, smiling at strangers. It competes with stray dogs for scraps in overflowing bins. That is madness. And he thinks I'm the mad one? He won't be swayed. I could argue until the sun drops from the sky and is eaten by the chicken. He will still send me to that hospital. The Limpopo woman, whoever or whatever she was, has succeeded in destroying my life. And so, with a deep breath, I surrender. "I'll go in," I say, informally.